Welcome back, everyone. Massive changes for the portfolio. For those in the Discord, it was a wild day. If you have not signed up for this thing, you missed out. We had the live stream session, 3-0 on the trades, crushed it, made tons of move, went over what's happening. Everybody wants to know, Mo, XRP's dropping, we got Ethereum dropping, we got Bitcoin dropping. And you know the beauty of all of this? You're going to see the transparency on this channel. I'm here to teach you. I'm here to teach you what I'm doing to deal with this risk. And it seems like an increase in probability that the technicals are telling us that it ain't over yet. And I don't mean that in a good way. I mean that we could see continuation of some selling. I'm seeing distribution across the board. I'm seeing unstaking across the board. I'm seeing a lot of things that are talking about a more concentrated short-term profit-taking moment. And we'll talk about that as well. For now, though, before I get into everything, folks, this is massive. Like I said, the Discord was on fire today. Second link down below. If you're not in there, you're missing out. It's an educational, but we do share the expert traders. You got my live stream sessions, which we do twice. We got Crypto Will on today, and so much more. 36 powerful learning lessons, a ton. And code LEARN will save you 50% off this month. And you guys, and I should say for your next month, it goes month to month, but you guys can take advantage of that. Boom. It should be automatic at checkout, but if not, just put in LEARN and you're in. 15% off if you use this button, an annual membership, and that's the best. Now, also a couple of quick things. The webinar is live. The webinar is down there. That is the first link down below, or maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't. No, it isn't. It's the third link down below. The first link down below is the newest. I'll tell you this right now. The technical workshop is back. And for those who missed that last weekend, and I teach it live, it is fire. It's for beginners. I go over the candle method, which is one of the most important things to know, is understanding these candles. And then I'm going to build upon that in future lessons and workshops where you guys can come in and be a part of this workshop. And code SAVE for the YouTube space. If you guys come on in here, code SAVE will save you 40% off any of these four here. The bundle gets all three of us, or you can do individual, but the bundle's the best deal. It's up to you. Now, let's get into it. Let's talk massive moves. All right. Now, I didn't change anything on Kraken. We started at roughly 20K and $20,000 roughly. And it's up still 9,000 something. This was my kind of my benchmark of how everything's going. And as you can see, we topped out at 34,000 up here, 33.4. Then we got here 33. We have a double top, and you're seeing that sell-off. I'm debating what I'm going to do with this. If I want to actively trade this, which I may. And I'm debating it. You guys let me know if you want me to actively trade this. I can, and I will do this for YouTube because this was made for YouTube. And it's not, I don't like diamond handing everything and just diamond handing. I like to actively teach, and this is a chance for me to actively teach. And so let me know in the comments if you would like to see me actively trade this or just hold. And I'm okay with this overall because the big portfolios I'm going to do what I want with. But behind the scenes, you may not see it, but this one you would see a lot of it. Then we move over to right here, down to day 5K. It seems like it could be a lot worse, right? You guys know I had a ton of crypto. But this one, I took the cash balance back up to over 100K. And at this point, I'm going to go over the charts, why I'm seeing major warning signs for the EMAs, the Bollinger Bands, everything I'm watching, the RSIs. They're screaming, watch out, and we'll talk about that in a second. But I did de-risk big time here. Took 100K out and put it into cash. And that's, you can see what we got there, and we'll go for that. And then we moved to the big one. 37K down. Now, don't lose sleep over this, folks. I started at 2231. I am up 175K on this one. We started at 150 on this one, so roughly 152, roughly 70 something there. 170 something there. So about $250,000 in the last 6 weeks. So this is the point where you could say, well, you were up 300,000-400,000. I know. And I allowed the EMAs to do their thing, but I'm not going to sit here and diamond hand it all the way back until I'm not even up, because you don't know. And I always tell people, you need to have a line in the sand that you're like, okay, I'm going to lock it in. I can always jump back into this party. All right, I'm going to step outside. I'm going to go out back into a breath of fresh air. And you know you can always walk back into the party. If the party starts to pop again, you can knock on the door, you're in. But when I see this, red, 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 and here's my TLT, making me 1,800 today. My offsetting, man, that's beautiful. I got 300,000 into that. T-bill's T-bill. T-bill is where I keep my dry powder, a little over 4% annualized. I like that. And so TLT, my longer term, I think that's the 20-year plus treasury. I like it. It did me well today. But notice red everywhere else. And I'll get my face off of here. I'm still up 10% on the remaining money. And here's the change, folks. What do you notice? There's no Bitcoin. I sold my Bitcoin. The Ethereum that I have left, because I dramatically reduced to 223. So I still got about $250,000 in that. And it's still up for now. And I locked in a ton of money, as you can see. I'm way up, 170-something thousand in this portfolio alone in 6 weeks. That's good. I would like to be up a lot more, don't get me wrong. But I'm going to actively trade. I also reduced some of the positions along the way. Avgo in half. I'm down to 0.66. I'm watching the charts on a lot of these. And if they start to point to a possible reversal, I'm de-risking. And now it's time to get into those charts, because a lot of people might say, well, Mo, you're selling a ton. I am. Look at the cash down here. $500,000 de-risked today. And I'm not messing around with this. If you look at the equities I got, about 400,000, add in ETH into this mix, you're looking at about a little over 600K for a $2.4 million portfolio. That's hardly anything. What is it? It's 25%. It's 25% in risky stuff. That's equities, crypto. The other 75%, I'm pulling a Buffett without even thinking about it. That tells me my trading's right. And I'm de-risking until I find a good entry point. And now we get into it. All right. So here's the Avgo. I was just looking at this. We are crossing over. We have now dropped below the 13 and 5 on this candle. You can wait one more candle to get confirmation. It could go green and go right back up. And I'll be wrong. But when I have seen this before, and you can see we haven't been underneath the 5 or 13 in a long time. I'm not the kind of person that likes to wait around until we get all the way below the 50 and go, oh, now I'll get out. No, that's when I want to buy back in. And so when I see it up here starting to make a major change in that tomorrow, most likely we'll have the 5 crossing over to the 13. We haven't had the 5 cross the 13 in how long? Folks, these are day candles. Look. All right. So now we got to go and find that 5 crossing the 13. When did it do it? Right here. All the way back to February. The 5 crossed the 13 right there. What happened? We went from, what was that, 230? All the way down to 130. Folks, that was the last time I seen that. And then we go, bull run. And now it might happen tomorrow. I'm not messing around. I'm going to watch it. If we do get a confirmation candle tomorrow, I'm out. The 50 is where I would expect it to go. That's 279. That's another drop of 5% down, and I don't want that. So I will sit back and wait and see. Now we move to the Qs. Mo, what about the Qs? Now the Qs are holding up okay. Last time we seen this dip under the right here. Boom, we dipped under the 13. We pushed right back up the next day. And right here, pushed under the 13, right back up. Now look, we have not been under the 13. Now, when did we go under the 13? Right here. Same time, February. We went under the 13, under the 50, confirmation. Right here's your confirmation. And we were at 524, and we went all the way down to 400. Folks, that is a 25% drop. And I'm not sitting around for that. So, if I get this confirmation, I feel like we're going to the 50 minimum. And if we fail the 50, we are going to have a 10 to 20% pullback. Now, this is still a strong chart. if we get a bounce back tomorrow, back above the 13, I can easily jump in. That's what I'm telling people. I am de-risking today because I'm not trying to roll the dice tomorrow. If anybody says, what do you believe? Well, I would believe that we're going to have more red, but with all this selling today, it's normal to have a pop back up. If we confirm above the 13, that's when I get aggressive, possibly back in. The line I'm looking at, and it's not that far away, is right here. If we get above this line, I absolutely believe the party's back on. And that's what I'm kind of watching for. If we confirm tomorrow, well then I'm not, my call was right. And it doesn't have to be tomorrow. But if it does have an opening and closing candle tomorrow, it's red, I definitely feel like, it's going to get aggressive down to the 50. And so I wanted to de-risk a little bit. I'm actively trading this portfolio, as I have told you guys. Like it or hate it, I'm gonna actively trade it, and that's what I'm doing with this portfolio. And that includes the crypto plays. I cut the crypto in half for some of them, like XRP. I got out of Bitcoin, cut over half for Ethereum. And now, as I watch, tomorrow's another big day. Those in the Discord, you'll know exactly what I'm doing. If you're not in there, like I said, use that second link down below. I will share it as we go forward here on YouTube as well. Let's get into it. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Why did you get out, Mo? Right here, let's go into Bitcoin. We'll pull up the crypto. I'll show you these real quick. Down we're coming. We had the flip yesterday. That's when I should have made the move. If I follow my own, this is the stock Mo indicator, it gave me the signal. Right here you got the signal. And look what happened. And we come up. Now we're down here retesting these lows right here. And if we break that, oh, I think it's going to be a major wash. So this is what I'm watching for here. And you see this down we come up, we're coming back down. And if we break this support right here, which I'm on the side I think we're gonna. I see distribution, people selling across the board. I see unstaking for Ethereum across the board. It is nasty. It is nasty. Who's buying? The big treasury companies. All right. That's good, but there is also a massive amount of money that's been made, including me. And I want to lock it in until this selling is over. I play the technicals. Right here is the confirmation of the 5 jumping underneath the 13. And now if that 5 crosses the 50, which it may, more times than not it does, but right here it didn't, right? No, it didn't here, Mo. You're right. And it could, again, bounce back up over the next week, and I can easily jump in, even take a couple leverage plays, catch up. And I'm not afraid to do that. Just as I would sell when a cross comes, I also buy when it flips, and I call it the flippening. And so I am watching for this. Give everybody an idea what you're watching for. It's like a sports game. It's like a football game. This is the first half. I made my move. The second half over the next, I'd say the rest of this week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If this closes below this support by the end of this week and we go into the weekend, oh, goodness gracious, I am not happy. 115 was my zone I told you I was waiting for. We failed today. I told you what I was looking to do on the 115. I got out of it. I decided to not even wait for the confirmation. I was looking for 114-ish and give it a day. This thing crashed all the way down to 113, and it could cascade on top of it, deleveraging from everybody that made money. Ready? I'm going to show you. Everybody who's made money all the way down here, leveraging up, leveraging up, leveraging up. And we haven't had a good old-fashioned profit-taking, a serious profit-taking in a while. This may not be it. Maybe tomorrow it bounces back. I don't know. But with everything, you're seeing a lot of negativity here. You see the 5 crossing the 13. Confirmation tomorrow could be ugly. If it bounces back up, I can jump back in. You're going to see some active trading here, and it's going to be a substantial amount. And so if this is what you want to watch, folks, you're in the right place. Hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and follow along. Now, we've got down and teased the 13, ran up. Teased the 13, ran up. And I've been long all of this. For some reason, though, especially with my crypto, the macro situation seems a little bit more selly, if you will. And we'll see if I'm right. I'm still long. I still got roughly probably close to 400,000 in crypto, even after all this selling. So keep that in mind. So if it bounced tomorrow, which I would love, I'm happy. If it doesn't bounce tomorrow, watch out. That it gets ugly, all right? And that's another thing I'm watching for. Go over to XRP, Coinbase, XRP. What did I tell you? If we got down here to this line, this is my support. This is my support with the 50. We are just absolutely crushing that today. And so I did de-risk a little bit. And there you go. Look at that. That'll wake you up. And that took me down to about 50% of my position. And so tomorrow, if I get a confirmation below this, opens, closes below, I'm probably going to get out of all my crypto and make one massive buy after I feel we hit a low, or start to DCA and major once we hit certain points. And that's what I'm watching for. Now, you can diamond hand. That's absolutely up to each person. And I don't blame you. But the ultimate flex I taught is taking profits, which I have been doing. And now this seems like a little bit more. It seems like a little bit more. We teased the 50 here. This is what I'm waiting for tomorrow. If we get that tomorrow, I feel good. And it could happen. It really could. It would just be, and what that would tell me would be a new higher low. But the pressure is on from the bears right now to possibly change the game. I will tell you what I'm watching for XRP. This line. If we lose this line and we have a candle finish lower than this support and it confirms, I absolutely believe you're going to see some pushing all the way down to the 220 to 240 zone. If this holds, and we could ricochet back up. And if that happens, if we finish, we have a testing here and we get back above the 50 EMA, I'm all in. And that's what I'm going to be trading these. So I gave you my game plan. I'm going to watch and see how this plays out. So you got that. Did we do Ethereum? I think we did Ethereum, right? Ethereum's down here. Yeah, crossed my line in the sand. 5's coming down. There's a few things I'm watching. If we hold on the 50 EMA, that's or the RSI, that's fantastic. If this continues down and confirms tomorrow, I do think we're going to the 50 EMA, which is 36.73. I'm not giving up 10% of my money. Absolutely not. I want to lock in those gains and wait for it. Down here is where I would be buying, because I would believe that we would have a ricochet off of there, a trampoline, if you will. And so there you go. It's a longer video, but man, this is some serious times. So I did make some serious moves. And I hope you guys appreciate the fact that I'm transparent, even if you don't agree with it. I am showing you I'm still up quite a bit in these last 5 to 6 weeks, so no complaints there. I never like giving some back, but from what we're seeing, I am happy-go-lucky. We will play this, and I am looking at the VIX. I'm playing the VIX right now. Massive plays on that. They're in the Discord. I just let you know here that I am doing some plays with the VIX to take advantage of this. And yes, they are doing well. And so, folks, if you're not in there, I'll say it again. Get into the Discord right here. Second link down below, code LEARN. If you're not over here to get into the live teaching sessions this week, code saved there. And last but not least, right here, we got the framework learning webinar. Third link down below. There is no cost for this. You guys can come over from a national champion coach / teacher, learn from me, get in there and learn that framework. Folks, that's it. It's been a wild day so far, and I have a feeling the rest of the week's going to be just as wild. I appreciate you stopping by. I will see you in the Discord.